A man is picked up by a fishing boat, bullet-riddled and suffering from amnesia, before racing to elude assassins and attempting to regain his memory. Hello everyone, welcome to another movie review, and this time it's on the movie The Bourne Identity. This movie came out back in 2002. It won 3 awards and had another 6 nominations. And the main cast in this is Franca Potente, Matt Damon, Chris Cooper, Clive Owen, Brian Cox, Adewale Akinoi Agbaj, Gabriel Mann, Walton Goggins, Josh Hamilton, Julia Stiles, also Maria Guarini, Tim Dutton, Dennis Bocchini, Nikki Node, David Selborg, Dmitry Goritsas, Russell Levy, and Anthony Green. Wow. Okay, so what should I talk about first? Well, I should say this. Is it great? Is it good? Is it bad? Oh, right, so I personally actually very much enjoyed this movie. Let's go over all the aspects. I'm gonna go from best to worst this time. The best thing about this movie would have to be the cast. It would have to be the cast. I think they all did such a great job. And Matt Damon, at the time, 2002, he was always trying to outdo himself. He was always trying to outdo himself. And I think that came out before this. Yeah, no, I do believe so. One of my most favorite movies from him would still be Good Will Hunting. That movie was amazing. And I think that movie came out before this one did. So, did he really outdo himself in this time around? I would have to say no. It was a bit of a downgrade because his performance in Good Will Hunting was a lot better than this. But it's not to say that he's bad. I think he still did a great job. Amazing performances all around. And he would be the best one though. As well as the next one in line would be Julia Stiles. I love everything that she does. She's actually in one of my most favorite comedy movies of all time. Yeah. Anyhow, going on to other aspects. Graphics for its time and type. Pretty amazing. Maybe not as good as, I would have to say, a movie that came out at the time. The Lord of the Rings. Yeah. Those movies at that time set the bar so high for the graphics. And the first Lord of the Rings movie, live action movie, I should say, that came out was in 2001. This 2002. So this doesn't even hit what it could have done for the graphics. But that being said, I still think the graphics were still very good for its time. And yes, it's an action movie. Is there any action? Is the action any good? The action is actually very well done. Maybe nothing amazing, nothing great, but it was still very well done. Alright. Now, the thing that I would have to say is the worst thing about this movie. The story. Okay, so a lot of you probably would know this, and some of you might not know this. I don't know. This is actually based off of the. This is where it's hard. It's kind of hard because yes, the Bourne Identity was originally a book. It was originally a book, but was this really based off of that? I would have to say no. At this point, a lot of people might actually disagree with me, and hold up. Let me finish. I've never read the book, but I know of the book. I think it might be one of the books that my uncle owns. I could be wrong. I know he owns a lot of books. This might have been one of them. But when I say no, this is not really based off the book, it's for one particular reason alone. Because something else came out before this one did. That's right. A lot of you might not know this. This was the second take of the Bourne Identity. And this is the one that exploded onto the scene. But it wasn't a movie per se, but there was a mini-series. 1988. It came out. So I would have to say this one is a remake off of the mini-series. And the mini-series is the one that's based off the book. And I've never seen the mini-series. I never have. I know of it. I've known about it for such a long time. Why haven't I not seen it? Beats me. Other things keep trumping over it. But it was done by BBC, if I remember right. It was a mini-series done by BBC. Yeah. But eventually, I do want to see it. Eventually, I do want to go and watch it. But I've talked about everything now. Oh, I haven't. Yeah, I was getting to the story. Like I said. So yeah, no, I just wanted to clear that up. Plus, I wanted to say there were some scenes in this movie that felt dragged. Like it was just too long. And the way that it was written, I feel like it could have been condensed a bit more. It had certain scenes. Not everything, but certain scenes. For the most part, it is fast-paced, and it's great, it's awesome. And yes, there does need to be some slower-paced scenes, but at the same time, it shouldn't feel awkward. It did in this movie. I'm sorry to say. For me personally, it did. But it's not to say that I hate this movie. I do not hate this movie. IMDb, with all the users combined, gives this movie a 7.8 out of 10. What do I think? Well, my thoughts. I actually very much enjoyed this movie. I just saw this for what was it? I must have seen this movie a whole bunch of times by now. But I've never done a review. No. What do I think? I think it's actually a very good movie, and therefore I give it none other than a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. That's my rating. I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and if you love this movie or did not love this movie, you can let me know in the comment section down below, and let me know what you think, what your thoughts are. I always love the comments, whether you love the movie or hate it. You can like this video or like this review, and you can subscribe to my channel if you love my content. So thank you all for taking time to watch. Join me next time for another movie review I intend to do soon. I am out.